Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lincy P, and if you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. But if you've been here before, hey girl, hey, it's nice to see you again. So in today's video, we're gonna be putting to the test most of the products that you guys saw me haul in my Sephora VIP sale video. This is pretty much a full face of all of the makeup products that I was able to get my hands on. Y'all, my face turned out so good, so of course I had to share it with you guys. I absolutely love the finish. So let's go ahead and get into these products, babe. But before we do that, please take some time to subscribe if you've been watching the channel for a little bit. I would love to welcome you to the family. We do all things beauty, fashion, lifestyle. So if that is right up your alley, then my girl, you have found the right place. We are so close to 15,000 subscribers. So of course, come on in and join the family. Don't forget to turn your notification bells on so you never miss an upload from your girl. Okay, now that all of the formalities are done, let's go ahead and get into the video. So my skincare is all done. I didn't pick up any new skincare during the sale. I mostly just re-upped on products that I'm already using. So if you guys want like an in-depth skincare tutorial, then let me know. But for primer, I'm gonna go in with the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin. This is their water powder serum. Now this is supposed to be a mattifying primer. Am I supposed to take this off? How does this, oh no, it comes out, okay. So I thought this was like a bottle that you squeeze. How are people getting the most out of this? I have these push pins. I'm just gonna take one. The hole is like super duper small, so I'm just gonna poke a little more, I guess. Well, this is interesting. So this says that this is a multi-action water to power mattifying primer serum that controls shines, refines, and smooths with our complex Comfort Matte Complex. A unique blending of 7 potent balancing skincare ingredients, clinically proven to last all day. And it said, oh, press bottom. So that's how you do it. You're supposed to press the bottom, not squeeze the bottle. Okay. It's not Danessa Myricks' fault, y'all. It's mine for not reading the instructions. Okay, my skin does feel good. It feels pretty mattifying. For brows, I'm gonna go with my current combo. I did re-up on my favorite brow gel. This is the Merit Brow Gel, but in the shade Black Brown. I'm just gonna first go in with my ABH Clear Brow Gel, just to fluff them out a bit, make sure they stay in place. And then I don't wait for the ABH Brow Gel to dry down. I go right in with my Merit Brow Gel and work that into my brows. I'm still gonna line them after. I just want a bit more coverage, and this does that without like going too crazy. Okay, and while that is drying, I'm gonna go ahead and put my concealer on. So during the sale, I picked up some new NARS Creamy Radiant Concealers. Do y'all remember when everybody was using this concealer back in the day? This is such a good concealer. I don't know why we ever stopped using it. I picked it up, I wanna say during the last Sephora sale, and fell in love with it again. So here we are. This is the shade of mine. I like this shade because it's super close to my skin tone, and it already neutralizes any darkness or dark spots that I have underneath my eyes. So it really is an all-in-one kind of product for me. And what made me go back and pick up the shade of mine is I have always used the shade Biscuit as my highlight. So I'm just gonna put this in the super inner corners and the tip. And since we're here, I am going to also use the shade Amon to clean up my brows. We're gonna go in with the ABH Beauty Balm Serum Skin Tint. This is essentially like a BB cream, CC cream in like a stick form. I got it in the shade 14. This is a tinted solemn serum that blends skincare and makeup with 8 potent skin ingredients for a radiant, smooth complexion. Silky texture ensures a seamless application for a naturally even and glowy look. It doesn't say anything about wear time or anything like that, so hopefully it lasts pretty good. This is what the shade 14 looks like. And let me show you, let's see how much product you actually get for your money. Okay, you get a good amount of product. So let's do a little swatchy swatch. Color looks good, coverage looks good. I'm excited. I need a foundation brush. I'm gonna take my Hourglass foundation brush, spray it a bit, and I'm just going to buff this into the skin. I thought that this was going to give a lot more of a sheerer coverage. I mean, it kind of does. I had some like pimple marks that haven't all the way, you know, gone back to their natural. That left dark marks. I don't know why that was so hard for me to find, but overall, my skin is doing pretty good. So honestly, I can't even be the best judge if you have like a whole bunch of acne marks or hyperpigmentation, how this product will perform for you. But for me, it's looking pretty good. It reminds me of this, the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm. They have a very similar feel on the face. I would say that the Danessa Myricks has a tad bit more coverage, but I mean, it did what it said it was gonna do. If you were looking for just like a barely there, no makeup, this is gonna do it. I could also see it like building up to a medium coverage depending on how much product that you want to use. I feel like this side has a little bit more than this side, so I'm just gonna add a little more. To blend out my concealer, I'm gonna go in with my Danessa Myricks concealer brush. I honestly think I might want to pick up one more of these. I love this brush so much. I didn't buy any new contouring products this time, so I'm going to take my Black Opal foundation stick in the shade Ebony Brown, and I'm just going to add a little bit to the sides of my face, and then I'm gonna buff it into my nose with a buffer brush. And then I'm just taking my foundation brush, no more product on it, and I'm just going to really work that in, just so I have no harsh lines. And then now taking my concealer brush and dragging what's left of my concealer on the side of my nose. Okay, cute. No new setting powders or anything like that, so I'm just gonna take my handy dandy LYS setting powder. This is in the shade Ambition, and it is for medium to tan skin. Y'all can see this product is very well loved, so I'm gonna take that off the excess and press that right on into my under eye. This product is this brand is so underrated. I don't know why I don't hear people talking about LYS, but they have always been good to me, honey. Taking my Charlotte Tilbury powder in the shade 4, and I'm just gonna use a nice fluffy brush to set my face. One thing I will say about the ABH, what is this? Tinted CC cream, child. BB cream, CC cream. The layering ability is really nice. Like I said, this is giving more of a medium coverage with all of the additional products on. So I honestly think you could get a good full glam look with this foundation, because my skin, even though we haven't baked, we haven't done all of the finishing touches, but now it's looking a lot more like full glam kind of makeup. But if you really wanted to keep it natural, obviously you would just use lighter finishing products, a lighter hand. I think it's a very versatile complexion product. So if you're looking for that, it's a good one. Now, just to add a little bake underneath the eyes, I'm gonna take my ABH loose setting powder in the shade Deep Peach. Also a really good powder that people do not give praises enough. I'm just gonna use that to lightly set. Not too much, because we're gonna put another powder on top of it. And then just to add a little bit of brightness, I'm gonna go in with my Huda Beauty Easy Bake in the shade Banana Bread. Now, to bronze, I'm actually going to take a Fenty Beauty powder. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder in the shade 470. I saw this girl on TikTok do this and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks so stunning. So she said that she uses this shade because obviously it's more of a bronzy shade for my skin complexion, but the undertones are pretty neutral and it's not gonna give that overly bronzy look, which is kind of what I'm going for. I feel like a lot of the bronzers that I have right now are very much geared towards my true summer complexion. So like really red, really rich, but in the fall, winter, and kind of in the spring as we transition, as we're not getting that much sun, I feel like those can be a bit too red sometimes. So when she mentioned that she uses this as her bronzing powder and it kind of just keeps, like, you get some type of bronzing without being that overly red look, I was like, oh, I gotta try that. Now, if you're looking for this at your local Sephora, I don't know if you're gonna find this. I ended up having to go to a Sephora at Kohl's, and at Kohl's, y'all, they let you use the 20% discount during the sale. And if you have like the little $10 rewards that you can redeem, they will let you combine that. So I only end up paying like $6 for this Fenty powder. So a win is a win. Okay, let's get into the eyes. So I'm gonna do my neutral brown blown out smoky look, but today we're gonna be using the Danessa Myricks Color Fix. This is in the shade Chocolate. You can use this in so many ways. You can use it as a contour, you can use it as a lip liner, you can use it as eyeshadow, which is what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna use a denser, fluffy brush to apply it and kind of blow it out. Very pigmented for sure. And I didn't lay any concealer base or anything on my skin because I really wanted to see how this product performed on its own. And so far, she's all I need. It looks so good. This is going to be a new fave for sure. And just to blend out the edges, I'm actually gonna go back in with my Fenty Beauty powder and use that to really set it as my transition shade. This is gonna be really great for a smoky eye. If you were trying to do like a quick date night look, yeah, this is great for that. We're going into the office today, so I need to find a way to tone it down, but this is the true tone of the product, and I think it looks absolutely stunning. Bomb. Okay. While that looks amazing, I don't want like this deep of a smoky eye going into work, because that's where I am going after this. So I'm just taking my Juvia's Place. This is the Saharan blush palette. And on the days that I'm doing really light makeup, I will go in with this shade. So I'm going to buff that and see if it just softens it a little bit, not too much. Yeah. Y'all see the difference? So this would be like my daytime version, and if I was going on date night, this would be the version that I would opt for, and I would just use this kind of at the tip of my brow. Hopefully y'all see that slight difference. And then taking my Fenty powder again, I'm just going to buff that into my waterline. Now for blush, I'm going to go in with a new blush. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Paradise Venus. Yeah, Paradise Venus. Very, very pretty. To apply that, I'm just gonna take a blush brush. I don't know what the payoff is like, so let's start. Oh, I was gonna say let's start light, but it's so beautiful. I don't think that's necessary. I love this. I feel like this is the shade of blush that I have been looking for forever, because it's like a nice terracotta, but it's not too orangey, it's not too pinky. It's like the perfect blend that I could see myself literally wearing this blush every single day. Let's go ahead and wipe our bake. You all know the deal. To wipe our bake away, we're gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury in the shade number 3. And I'm mostly just going to press and lightly sweep. Press and sweep. And then I do also use this shade to buff out the edges of the powder contour we put down, just to make sure that there is, once again, no harsh lines. Right now, my face is feeling really, really matte. And the Fenty setting spray, let's read it. So this extends your makeup to stay all day looking fresh for a natural looking finish that lasts. That's it. That's it. This is the setting spray. So I'm actually gonna go in with my Morphe spray. So this is gonna take away the powdery look, and that's gonna lock it in. So I'm gonna do Morphe first. Bring a little life back to the face. Now that that is setting, we're gonna go in with our Fenty spray. Very nice packaging. I really, really like this. It has the same type of bottle as the One Size, but it feels a little sturdier. So I really like that. Let's just go ahead and, okay. Oh, very nice fine mist as well. What does that smell? Does it have a smell? It smells like skincare, nothing crazy. Okay, now let's get into these lips. To line my lips, I'm actually gonna go in with one of my favorite liners. This is the Sephora Collection Waterproof Eye Pencil. But I actually use this as a liner, and this is in the shade Matte Chocolate Brown. I also picked up the shade Terracotta, and then the deepest shade I picked up is in the shade Brown. But today we're gonna go in with the shade Chocolate Brown. Oh, I was gonna use this on my eyes. Should I use this? Then I feel like it's really gonna be giving glam, and I'm gonna walk into work and they're gonna be like, girl, where the hell are you going? But Giorgio Armani sent me these as PR. These are their tint shimmers. Looks like this. Very beautiful packaging. And this is in the shade 10S. And I was gonna use this so y'all can see. Now I gotta do it. Forget it. Forget it. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on the back of my hands. I don't wanna use too much, so I'm gonna take a light fluffy brush or a small fluffy brush and press that onto my lid. Okay, not too bad. You just get like a little shimmer. So that didn't really do much in terms of payoff. And now I'm trying to decide if I want to keep it this way, but hopefully y'all can see there is like a little shimmer, but it doesn't like add too much. And I think I liked it the way it was before. So in true indecisive fashion, I'm going to go back in with my Danessa Myricks Color Fix and see if we can just cover that back up. It added like a little shimmer from within, but I like the Color Fix payoff better. I should have just left it alone. I think this shade was just a little too, where is it, right here? Was a little too icy, and it was making the look a lot more cool tone than I was going for. But I do think these products are nice, and so we will use them again in a different look. I think that would be good in a very pinky, purpley kind of look. But that's not the look I wanted today. So back to square one. And then I sound like that man. Do y'all watch that man on Instagram who be reporting the news, and he be like, and then Wig said? It'd be killing me that he calls that man Wig every single time. But I'm gonna take my Ethnicity color fix again, and I'm going to use it to accentuate the liner that we already put down. I just want to test this out because I have seen people use this online and say that their liner literally doesn't move. Like, you will see that they have worn it all day and you will see that the liner is still there. So I just want to see if that holds true. I'm gonna take the terracotta shade and use this as my filler color before we go in with our lippy for the day. And then for lip, I picked up the new Fenty Beauty. This is her Gloss Bomb Oil, and I picked it up in the shade Frosted Buns, which is this really beautiful shimmery gold color. Oh, this feels so good. I think I like this better than the traditional Gloss Bomb formula. It has the same like creaminess, but it's not so sticky. Y'all know no lip combo is complete without my Amicole lip oil in the shade Excellence. So we're gonna use that to set our liners. I'm not gonna lie, my skin and foundation, everything is looking pretty good. There is nothing here that I don't think that I like. I do think I wanna add a little bit more blush, and then I'm gonna hop off, add some lashes, and then I'll come back and show you guys the finished look. Okay, y'all, so lashes are on, and this is how the face is looking. Can we get into it? I love everything that we tried today. I really think, if you guys couldn't tell, my favorite product that I'm gonna be reaching for quite a bit is probably the Ethnicity Color Fix. This is such a good product. I cannot wait to like play with it more. I think it would be a great contour, like I said before. I want to put this on with like a nice brick red kind of brown. I think that's gonna be sick. The ABH Beauty Balm, also a really standout product. I love how my face looks. Like, it looks glam, but it also looks really natural. Yes, ma'am. I will say that I think this right here is doing quite a bit of the work because my face does not feel oily. That is one thing that I don't enjoy about balms, is when my face feels oily. And my face right now feels matte, but obviously you guys can see it looks really natural, a really satin kind of finish. So I'm excited to see how this will wear throughout the day. I am gonna do y'all want a wear test? Why not? We'll do a wear test. I'm gonna head to work in just a bit here and then get into a wear test for you guys, and then we'll close out the video. So you'll see how all of these functions together after a full work day. I think that would be very beneficial in case you were looking to pick up any of these things. All right, my loves, the time is now 9:10, 9:09 specifically. Okay, so we have done well over an 8-hour wear test, y'all. I think I did my makeup around 7 a.m. this morning. We're looking really good. Of course, I do have a little bit of oil here because this is where I tend to get the most oily, but the rest of my face still feels very much matte, but it's giving y'all a natural finish, which I love, right? So I could still look like I have a little bit of glow without feeling like a grease ball. 10 out of 10. Liner, I have not reapplied. Okay, so the combo did work. The Ethnicity did what it needed to do, along with the Sephora collection eyeliners. Blush and bronzer and all of that is still intact. I could go out right now. I could do a little blotting one too, freshen up, and go another 4 to 5 hours. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go to bed. But I am very impressed. So needless to say, nothing I picked up from the Sephora sale is going back. I love everything. So if you were considering testing out any of these items, trying out any of these items, had any of these items on your list, it's definitely a go. All right, don't forget to subscribe and turn your notification bells on so you never miss an upload from your girl. And with that being said, I will see you beautiful people in my next one. Smooches. Bye, y'all. Love is no one in a million. It goes on.